Right, y'all, we finna get into it. Another Benny Johnson reaction. Bill Maher and what? Stephen A. Smith team up to defend Trump after win. Everyone loves him. Not racist. Okay? I had to whisper that. Nobody trying to censor me. So, with that being said, y'all, we finna dive into the video. Let's get into it. Let's go. Now,
What's up, guys? Boy Benny.
Hang on. Now, y'all, when I was first starting my journey, this was some of the stuff that I was seeing, and I was like, how in the world are they saying this man is that? And he's around our kind comfortably. Like, if this was really true about Trump, you know when you see one, you can't stand to be around. This is what some of the things that opened my eyes. I'm like, okay, you got all these celebrities and all these people and everything you hugged up with in videos. You doing this, you done that. Like, just me doing my research over the 2 years. I was like, how? How is that possible? How? Somebody tell me. Somebody make me understand this. This is what made me dig even more into research, because I was like, there's no possible way these people are calling this man this, and yet I'm seeing picture after picture, video after video, and I'm like, no, there's no possible way. No way. And then I found out a lot of stuff that he did for us, and I was like, while he was in office, I was like, shut the front door and the back one. Let's get into it.
The best thing about working on the internet is that it is a time capsule, a library that locks in who was right and who's been lying to you and grifting, who betrayed you and your movement. We're really proud that this channel has been absolutely and totally authentic, locked in, and honest with our audience. You can go back 4 years and see exactly what we thought about President Trump, about the MAGA movement, and about fighting to get to this exact moment. Meanwhile, there's plenty on the right, and of course, many on the left who would be happy to have seen the entire movement thrown in prison and cheered on the prosecutions against Donald Trump and so on. So it's really good to be able to like kind of plant a flag, right? And say, well, screw you, we were right. And also that this moment and the victory in this moment can't really be shared by everyone. Right. And there are a lot of people who really didn't see it. And for them, eternal shame. Ladies and gentlemen, one of those people is not Bill Maher. And I'm not here to defend Bill Maher, all right? I think Bill Maher has smoked way too much weed and is a hippie and is a dirtbag leftist. He's not the worst kind of leftist, but he's still like he's still like totally a psyop, right? He's still completely influenced by MSNBC and by corporate press and by the vibes and the feels. However, Bill Maher sent a shockwave around the world when in 2003, November 18 of 2003, he said Joe Biden's going to lose. Joe Biden can't win and won't win. And he was right. Bill Maher was right. And it actually took a lot of guts to straight up say it, because certainly this was not the talking points of the moment. Bill Maher says Joe Biden is going to lose. Biden will not win in 2024. And he said that a year out from the election. There had been no debates. There's so many things had happened. There hadn't even been caucuses. There had been no caucuses, right, for the Republican Party or for the Democrat primaries. And so like, listen, give credit where credit is due. Guys like Stephen A. Smith have been mocking Joe Biden for years, mocking leftists, praising Joe Biden's State of the Union. This was also about a year ago. He gives a speech for an hour, and suddenly that warrants 4 more years. You think an hour speech offsets all of that? You're smoking crack. Listen, these guys have been wrong about some things, but it's important to note when they're right. And I'll take somebody who at the very least is saying what they honestly believe over someone who knows the truth and is lying to you about it, right? Which is all the programming on MSNBC. So I was very interested when Bill Maher and Stephen Smith teamed up and talked about Trump. Now, both of these guys clearly didn't endorse MAGA, even though Stephen A. Smith has endorsed MAGA principles, gone off on Democrat lawfare and on criminal aliens flooding into the country, taking the place of American citizens. Stephen A. Smith has gone hard in on that, and Bill Maher's had his moments. Bill Maher still hates Trump, or does he? Right. Check out this fascinating exchange with Bill Maher and Stephen A. Smith where they admit something. That everyone loved Trump before he ran for office. That everyone loved Trump before he became president. Athletes, celebrities. And this whole Trump is racist thing is completely, totally fabricated. A reminder that this is what Donald Trump looked like when he walked on the Morning Joe set.
Watch your head. Very tall.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nika Brzezinski
How's it going?
nearly assaulted Donald Trump. Look at her raise her foot. That's great. Here, look at her stroke Donald Trump.
All right. Hairspray. But it is mine, isn't it?
It's there.
Is it? Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Steamy.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, all these people are frauds. And it's kind of nice to see the world healing, nature is healing, in this clip from Bill Maher and Stephen A. Smith, where they straight up admit that everything they've said about Donald Trump has been a lie for power. Watch.
All right, so here's the thing.
Right.
So there are all these, white boys are talking to me about Trump, and he's a terrible racist. And it's like, well, how could the black people vote for him more than each time? And, they didn't vote for him a lot more, but men did.
Right, men did.
Okay. And I said, you know what? I don't want to speak for all black people, and this is where I need to tell you.
Sure.
You tell me if I was wrong or right.
Okay.
I said, you know what I think black people think about Trump? Like, is he a racist? Yeah, but they think every white person is kind of a racist. And do they think that white people behind closed doors talk like Trump? Yeah, he's just a crazy person.
That last part right there. It's not that. It's not
he
that.
Just says it out loud
as black people. I don't want to speak for all black people, whatever.
No, right.
Obviously
because they're not all alike.
That's right. All. Exactly. But I will say this to you, as being a black man, you don't look at white people and automatically think they're racist. You automatically know they're different than you, that they think different than you, that they come from a different cultural background and experience things differently than they do. Right. So that second part is very, very important, because when you talk about how Trump talks, we're going like this. So that's the first time he talked like that, when he became president. Who the fuck you think you playing with? We know better than that. We know better than that. We know that ain't the first time, and we know that the people that he was friends with all of these years, he talked just like that around y'all, and y'all didn't have no problem with it. Don't act like you have a problem
and
now.
Also had some genuine black friends and black folks who like him.
Well, let me tell you this. I don't know if I told you this.
Because it's complicated.
I don't know if
Life
I told you
is
this.
complicated.
I wouldn't call myself his friend by any stretch of the imagination back in the day.
Right.
But I've told this on many occasions. I said this in my recent appearance on The View and stuff like that. Trump and I were friendly.
Right.
Before he ran for president. He used to have these boxing matches, particularly during the Tyson fights at the Trump casinos. He would be at the Knicks games and stuff like that. And if we're being totally honest, all the brothers found him to be cool.
Right.
They found him to be very cool. So let's be clear, because he knew his sports, all right? He would say what he feel.
Right.
He bucked the establishment, which we loved. And we gravitated to that, and obviously he was a billionaire.
And also he was a certain age.
And it was cool.
Get a certain
it was cool.
understanding that white men of that age, they're going to be a little grandpa. We don't say that anymore. No, but
that wasn't him.
Is he really in his heart hateful? No, I think
I don't
think his motivation is I don't like black people. I think his motivation is everybody must love me.
Thank you. And that's why, that's right there. What you just said, everybody must love me.
It's his narcissism. It's not his racism.
I have never called him a racist. I have never spoken about him that way. Ever. Not one time. Because I knew him beforehand. And
Trump was always awesome to me. Trump is my friend. All the athletes love Trump. We all love Trump. He's never been a racist. Where was that defense over the last 8 years? Right? now that they've seen total and complete defeat, and they've seen some of the prominence of superstars who've stood by Donald Trump, Hulk Hogan, namely saying that he might get a spot in the Trump administration. Famous wrestler Hulk Hogan came out slamming for President Donald Trump in the past election. Now he says that he's going to earn him a spot in the incoming Republican administration.
I know that's right, Hogan.
The president said, you know something, you'd be great on the president's Council of Physical Fitness. Oh, man. Yeah, now they're all running. Morning Joe is now running back to Mar-a-Lago to beg forgiveness of Donald Trump. They're all coming back now that the cultural zeitgeist, now that the cultural power is once again in Donald Trump's hands. They've abandoned the Democrat Party. Look at this. Joe Biden breaks down in tears as Jill Hill's husband as a hero. To who exactly?
Big who. Big who.
Joe, to who? Who's Joe Biden a hero to? Joe Biden's a hero? For what? Goes lonely and lost final days in office. Netflix binges, quiet tears, and shunned by Kamala Harris. How pathetic. How gross. This is how Joe Biden's spending on. What a fraud. What an illegitimate leader. What an illegitimate, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump has won, and now the State Department is hosting cry sessions for their employees, people that we pay. State Department is hosting cry sessions or personal meltdowns over Trump victory.
What? So what about
being
us
investigated by
then?
members of Congress over this?
We ain't getting none
What
of
does that
that.
tell you?
And I just became a Trump voter. You know, I've been doing my little research for about 2 years, but we ain't getting none of that. What was that at for us? Shoot.
What does it tell you, ladies? They've lost. They've lost culture. They've lost it
That
entirely.
is crazy.
And it's so good to be back.
Stress management.
It's so good to be back. Hopefully this will be healing, because the psychotic hatred of Donald Trump comes from somewhere totally different. It's,
Right.
It's spiritual in nature, actually.
Yep.
You can't hate someone that much without damaging your own soul.
That part. Benny, you better preach.
It's the Christmas season, right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. It's your boy Benny. Lecture.
Okay. You better preach, Benny. You better preach. You better preach, Benny. You better preach. That's some evil. Evil, 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 evil people. That's what it is. Then he said, oh, it's deeper than that. Yes, that's why we got to keep our president and his team covered, y'all. I'm a God-fearing woman and ain't ashamed to say it. Baby, don't play with my man upstairs. He's not to be played with. You better stop playing. Anywho, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, yeah, y'all gotta circle around back. Y'all gotta circle around that block again. Y'all got to. Because I'm telling you, that's what made me dig into it. I'm like, wait a minute, he around all these people and stuff like that. And then y'all said as soon as Trump started to run for president, and just me doing the research, that's when everybody kind of like started stabbing him in the back and stuff like that. And if you can remember a long time ago, I don't know, was it on the Oprah show, when Trump was just pretty much saying when he was younger, something I would never, be president. I would never want to. It wasn't even his intentions to do, but God, y'all. That was him back then saying he didn't want to run, for our country and stuff. But look, years and years and years later, look at him. A businessman. And they were saying stuff like that. Oh, you can have a business. Anybody can run for president if he can run for president. But it's just like, man, do y'all understand who y'all put back in the White Office? Trump is first a businessman, y'all. And now our president. He gonna run that thing like a business, baby. And I ain't mad at him. Keep all the money right here in America where it belongs, baby. Let's get it. Let's go, 2024. This is a year to remember, and then years to come while we got this man in office. Ooh, we did it, y'all. We did it. We did it. Yup. We did it. We did it. Yup. We did it. We did it. Yep. We got that W. We got that W. Now take that L. Yep. Y'all take that L. Yep. Y'all take that L. We'll take that W. That W. Cause we did it. I'm out. Oh, y'all have a great night, great morning. I am done, y'all. Your girl is out.